Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and hopefully everybody's having an awesome weekend. Just want to make a really fast video and show you a couple upgrades that I have done to some of the bigger cages. And here's Pop-Tart saying hello. I know it's super dark in here and the lighting's not that great, so we really can't see her very well, but I added a bigger tub in here for her. I have not filled it up yet because I'm really thinking I want to cut the sides down in a couple spots so I can put the log in there, make it easier for her to get in and out of. And then we have Peaches here, my pearl female Burmese python, and she's doing extremely well. A couple people have been asking about her, and she went into shed probably a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, and she didn't have the greatest shed. So it's the first time she's had kind of a bad shed with me, so I figured that the humidity isn't that great with it being so cold outside and then throwing out the humidity in the room. But I moved the Anaconda's water dish into her area, which fully cleaned it out, disinfected it. Hopefully that helps out with her on the humidity in her cage. And I'm not sure if they really enjoy water, but seeing that they do very well in Florida and they naturally live over in Burma and the Vietnam parts of the world, and with heavy rainfall, I figured she could have some place to hang out, swim, or just soak if she wants to. But she's getting some good size on her. So was born 2019 in November, so she's not that old, but she's definitely picking up some size now, and we are feeding her on small rats. So it shouldn't be too long till she hits some good growth spurts, and then maybe this year we'll see a couple extra feet out of her. But her colorations are really nice, still super bright, awesome markings and patterns on her. She can still throw a little bit of an attitude. I always like to hook her out, even if she's on the floor, because I really don't want to get tagged by her. But her cage is 8 by 2.5. Really should have made it 8 by 3, but I think the 2.5 I mean, it's obviously working for now, but when she gets full adult size, I might need that extra little bit of room. But just added some extra sticks in here so she can crawl around in. She has a radiant heat panel on her, and the Anaconda has one as well, because I do heat the room with an oil heater, and it keeps the room at around 84-ish, which is perfectly fine for the snakes. But in the wintertime, with the cages on the floor, they get colder. So when the snakes are on the ground, I just like to have the extra heat element for them, just in case. And then I have both of these radiant heat panels set at 94 degrees, and I really need to I probably will do this today, get her tank set up and see how she's liking that. Got to go out to the park, see if I can pick up some rocks, make that just a little bit nicer. But all in all, I think this is looking pretty good for her, and so I'm going to keep her on paper for now until the springtime comes. I'm going to look and see if I can get some stuff from probably Lowe's or Menards, and try to get some actual like cypress mulch, which is what I've been using for this cage right here, and it's been working out extremely well. Spot cleaning's fine, it does not mold, and it's super easy to clean. They are very large chunks and they're pretty sharp, so keeping smaller snakes on them was a concern for me, because I didn't want them to ingest sharp pieces of wood or have them poking them in the eyes or stabbing them in the scales or whatever. So I just basically kind of kept her on the paper, but now that she's getting big enough, I think by springtime she'll be okay with that. So Pop-Tart is definitely curious on what's going on since I've moved a lot of stuff around in her cage. But I'm really liking this setup right here. And so we'll just leave her hanging out, enjoy the carpet for a little bit. And I really want to show you guys, well, here's my Motley hanging out. And then super exciting, I just cleaned her cage out, so I have to get the paper towels back in here. It's never ending on the cleaning. But man, this girl right here is going to look insane in about a week. Because we can see her eyes are extremely glossed over. And she is definitely in deep, deep shed. So really curious on if her colors are going to change at all after this shed. Wondering if she's going to get a little bit darker. Hopefully she doesn't go jet black, because I really don't want to lose seeing all these awesome markings on her. And then her tail. But so far she's been a great eater for me. Super nice, super friendly. And man, just super excited to see what is going to happen with her in the next week. Should be a week. We'll see what she looks like. I'm skipping this week of feeding on her because obviously I don't want her to have any issues with regurgitation on her shedding, and since she's so young, I just don't want to take any chances. And then with them being boas, being super fragile, they can easily go, you know, 2, 3, 4 weeks without food and not have any issues at all. So I kind of want to take her out. The only thing that concerns me about the height on this is it's so close to the radiant heat panel that she could possibly go around the cords and unplug it. But I mean, it's not that big of a deal if the alarm goes off and then I just have to replug it in. It's just kind of an annoyance thing. Yikes. Don't fall. So what I might do is I might cut this down just a couple inches and then do kind of like a swoop, like a U right here, just so she has access in and out, and then fill this up pretty high. Obviously it doesn't need to be like full, but I think some rocks and stuff in there, like I said, would look kind of cool. So she was hanging out with me earlier. I don't know if she's really wanting to hang out right now. Which, oh yikes, she's going crazy. So this is what I love about her. So she's obviously trying to get away from me, and I was just kind of holding on to her and bringing her back to me. And she didn't hiss at me, she didn't strike at me, she didn't do any defensive or aggravated postures, which is good because she's super tame, very, very nice temperament, which is, you can't get, you know, I mean, for an anaconda, I think that's pretty incredible. And for her being, she's 2019, so yeah, she's about 2. She's 2, so good size on her. I've been feeding her very, very slowly, but this year she should hit her growth spurt as well, so that'll be super exciting to see both of these girls adding a couple extra feet on to their size. So I think that is it, guys. Just a little cage update, room update on some of the I mean bigger snakes, but they're not that big yet. They will get big, but hopefully you guys have an awesome rest of the weekend. And then we got to feed a lot of these snakes, so the next video will be feeding videos and stuff like that. So that's it, guys. I'll see you on the next video.